Hey cruisers, I'm Sherry with Cruise Tips TV. First of all, want to wish all of you the happiest of holidays and a very Merry Christmas. I hope that all of you are taking it easy and not trying to do too much during this last little rush before Christmas. Enjoy your families, your friends, and your fur babies, and let's not all get all overwhelmed, and for the love of God, don't go to the mall. It's too late, it's too crowded, don't do it. I'm just kidding. Can you tell I went to the mall this week and it was a disaster? Anyway, on to cruise news. I am very excited to talk with you all about some news that I'm sure you have seen this week about Carnival. Carnival is launching a third Vista class ship in 2019. We have no idea where it's going to be sailing from, I guess you could say, or home ported. No one knows. And of course, they always leave it to the very last minute to announce these things. But we can only hope that maybe, just maybe, we'll get lucky enough here on the west coast of California and the ship will come out to our area. I doubt it, but you never know. So this new third Vista class ship was supposed to go, those of you who live down in Australia, to the P&O brand over to you guys. And we understand that that has changed and they are now sending the Carnival Splendor over. And I understand if everyone over there in Australia is disappointed, because I would be too. And as a California West Coaster, we feel the same way all the time. We feel like none of the new ships ever come over to our coast for good reason. There's probably not as much demand as there is in Florida. But I hear you, I understand your disappointment. Splendor is a great ship, and I'm hoping that we'll get to sail on it before it repositions over to Australia, but I hear you, I understand. So let's all see what they name this new ship and where it will end up. I'm sure it'll be a while before we hear any final announcements on that, but that was pretty exciting this week. Hope that you got a chance to see our latest videos this week. Hopefully, if you subscribe to our Cruise Gear channel, you saw our Shop With Me video where we took you with us to TJ Maxx and did some shopping for a cruise. We looked at tons of awesome luggage, including some adorable luggage with puppies on it. I don't know how anyone could resist that. It was so, so cute. We looked at things to chill wine. We looked at straps for luggage. So many different things. There were dozens of different items that we found at TJ Maxx. Of course, we didn't buy all of them, but we did have a really good time. So be sure to check out our Cruise Gear channel, and please subscribe over there if you like to see things that we review. We do pay for all of those items on our own. We do not have sponsors. People do not send us stuff. It's just our own shopping for our own personal cruise. Full disclosure there. We also are really excited about the vlog that we put out this week from our Star Princess trip. It was our 8th vlog, Puerto Vallarta day, where we went ziplining. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check it out. We had so much fun that day, and we're really excited to share it with you. Really proud of our son for being a brave little zipliner. So be sure to check that one out. We also have some more vlogs coming, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so slow to edit them. Life has been so busy lately, and I'm just really struggling to get those last 2 vlogs done, but we'll be getting them done in the next few weeks. They're both sea days, and one has a little bit of information about disembarkation, debarkation, whatever word you like to use there. So stay tuned for those. We're excited about that. We also have something really fun coming on social media over the Christmas holidays, so be sure to watch. My husband has a special tradition that he likes to do around the Christmas holidays, so make sure that you're following us on Facebook and Instagram, and I will say no more, but I promise you it will make you smile. We are also excited today to talk about some questions from our subscribers. And this is a normal thing that we do here on our vlogs. We like to do our best to answer questions for our subscribers, but we also like you, our viewers and subscribers, to pitch in with your answers down in the comments below. So please be sure to do that to help out the folks that have questions. Our first question this week is from Jonalyn Townsend. Jonalyn says, I'm not a big traveler and this will be my first major vacation. I'm a little confused on the carry-on bags and luggage. It might sound crazy, but it's the truth. Jonalyn, and I think I'm saying your name wrong. I think it's Jonjalyn. I do not think it's crazy at all. It is confusing, and cruising is a different type of travel. Short version of this is that when you cruise, you really don't have a whole lot of limitations on your luggage like you do when you fly. They're not going to charge you if you take 3 suitcases. Your suitcases can be heavy and it's not a problem. What most people do when they cruise is as soon as they get to the cruise port, they give their large bags to the cruise line, the porters, etc. You'll have a special tag that you print out before you cruise, and you'll place it on your bag. bags. It will then be delivered all the way to your stateroom for you. My suggestion is that you allow the porters to take all of your heavy bags and you personally pack a small carry-on bag for yourself that you take with you. It could even be as small as a backpack. If you're going to be cruising in a warm weather destination, pop a swimsuit and a change of clothes in that bag, and of course all of your medications, anything that you could need up until dinner time on that first day of the cruise, because your luggage may take some time to make it to your room. Watch some of our previous videos on carry-on packing. We have packing playlists that you're going to want to check out as well. It's really going to help you out. So John Jolene, I hope that answers your question. Be sure to send me a note if you need more info, as always. Our next question is from Sienna Provenzano. She's going on Freedom of the Seas December 30th. Ooh, that is soon, Sienna. We've got to help you out here. Going to Antigua, St. Kitts, San Juan in the Bahamas, and do we know how the weather will be? The weather should be perfect and beautiful. December and January are an amazing time to go to the Caribbean, so you have nothing to be worried about, Sienna. If anyone has any tips for Sienna on Freedom of the Seas or on the ports that I mentioned, please leave it in the comments below. I know that Sienna would appreciate that. Next question comes from Dave Chenvert. Can I cancel a shore excursion without penalty before you cruise on Carnival? And the answer, Dave, on most cruise lines is yes. Most of them allow you to cancel right up until your cruise or a few days before if you have booked online in advance. Now, some of them, if they're very expensive shore excursions or very exclusive, they may have a longer cancellation period. For example, maybe a flight seeing tour that's very private in Alaska, where it's a real small group tour and they're really depending on your registration, they're going to have a penalty within a certain period, but it should be in huge print when you book that excursion. Next question is from Orlando Torres. Going on a cruise next month to Riviera Maya, Cozumel, and Nassau. Mom said no excursions. They're too expensive for Orlando Torres' family. Are there any cool things to do for free or cheap, you guys? Let's help Orlando out in Riviera Maya, Cozumel, and Nassau. I'm going to give you a little bit of tips here, Orlando, but I'm really counting on our subscribers to help you more. In Cozumel, I think you could take a cab to a public beach and have a blast, and that would be really cheap. There are also a ton of really inexpensive beach clubs there, like Mr. Sancho's, Nachi Cacombe. Get onto TripAdvisor and tell your mom to look at these cheap beach clubs. It might just be less expensive than shopping, and you really want to try to get to the beach areas in Cozumel if you can. Riviera Maya, I hear that a lot of people take a cab to Mahawal Beach. Again, get on TripAdvisor, do some research on free things to do there. You'll have no problems finding something to do at a low cost where you could just take a cab. Nassau, I hear a lot of times that people take a $4 taxi ride to Paradise Island to visit Atlantis. Now, of course, that doesn't include entrance to the water park or anything like that, Orlando, but you could at least go check out Atlantis for a $4 water taxi ride. Hope that helps. Our next question is from Ravaraj Minawala. Ravaraj is going on a honeymoon and wants to choose between Norwegian Epic and Freedom of the Seas for a honeymoon May of 2017. Ravaraj and I kind of went back and forth about what his interests are. I believe it's probably going to be a better choice for you, Ravaraj, to take your cruise on the Norwegian Epic based on what you said your interests are. You said that you like a little bit of flexibility, especially when it comes to dining, and you do like some adventure, but you're probably going to be spending a lot of time on the ship. You will not be able to go wrong with Freedom of the Seas or Norwegian Epic, but Epic is a much newer ship and it looks like a blast. I think I would recommend that for you, and personally, if I were going on my honeymoon, that's what I would do. If you can afford it, get a mini suite on Norwegian Epic, visit the spa with your significant other, and I would also invest in the dining package and try all the specialty restaurants on board that you can. We love that about Norwegian, and it's something that if I were to sail Norwegian again, I would definitely do. Now we need to help Midnight Oracle, everyone, going on a cruise to the Western Carib on Norwegian Escape May 2017 to Roatan Bay, Harvest Key, Costa Maya, and Cozumel. And there's two questions. Do we have any suggestions on shore excursions for people between the ages of 27 and 60? And do we suggest bringing local currency, or should they take US dollars? First of all, of the ports that you have mentioned, Midnight Oracle, I have only been to Cozumel, and I love beach clubs in Cozumel. I love going to Nachi Cacombe or Mr. Sancho's or any of the other beach clubs in Cozumel, and I think that I can offer some really good personal experience on that. My mom is 76, and a few years ago she went with us and we went to Na-Chi-Ca-Calm, she, myself, my son and my husband, and we loved it. There was something for everyone. There was shade, there was sun, there was pool time, there's amazing food, unlimited drinks. You will have a blast there. So I would recommend that for you. And I would also just recommend taking your US dollars. I don't think you need to exchange your currency. Let's see if our subscribers can help you with Roatan, Harvest Key, and Costa Maya, because I have not been to any of those places, but I know that you'll have a blast. Our last kind of story today is kind of a touching story that I thought would be really appropriate to share with all of you in time for the holidays. This isn't meant to be a sad thing. This is from one of our subscribers, Bill, who shared a beautiful note with me on our Star Princess vlog, our Day 3 C-Day vlog. And during the holidays, I know that a lot of people think about their loved ones and maybe people that they've lost. And Bill wanted me to share a really beautiful story about why he's loyal to Princess Cruises. And it is a little bit sad, but I'm going to try to focus on the beautiful and happy parts because I was very moved by this, and I want to thank Bill for sharing this beautiful story with us. So anyhow, Bill had been a cruiser for a long time, and whenever he would cruise, he'd go with himself, his wife Susie, and their cousin Jerry. Jerry was 80 years old, and unfortunately he became very, very suddenly ill with a terminal disease. And what he did tell Bill that he wanted was for his ashes to be spread at sea. And, excuse me, Bill got in touch with Princess Cruises and found out that they do have this amazing program where you can, after someone has been cremated, you can spread their ashes at sea, which I think is a beautiful thing. Honey, for the record, I think that sounds really cool. You can put that on the list for me. And you can contact their customer service department. They actually have an entire department dedicated to this. Bill said that you just send an email to ashesrequest@princess.com, and you have to take a biodegradable urn, and there are some stipulations about where you can do this and have these ceremonies. You cannot do it in Alaska, for example. But you guys, it's complimentary. This is so beautiful. Anyhow, Bill, after his cousin Jerry passed away, they took his ashes onto, I believe it was the Crown Princess. Did I get that right, Bill? I'm looking here. And the customer service operations manager took such incredible care of Bill and his family throughout this process. They blocked off the back of the ship, they set up a table with tissues on it, and they actually allowed him to have a ceremony, and they filmed it for him with his own camera. And I was just so touched by that. I thought it was very beautiful and wanted to communicate that possibility to all of you. We've also obviously been very impressed with Princess. It's the line that we have sailed the most with, so I did appreciate this story and thought it would be a wonderful thing to share in time for the holidays, a beautiful story about something awesome and positive that happened on the Crown Princess. So Bill, thank you so much for sharing that. I know that was difficult and sad for you, but it was a beautiful thing to pass on to our subscribers. Again, everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Thank you so much for following along with us. We really appreciate it. Please be certain to leave us your questions and comments below if you like this video. We always do appreciate a thumbs up. It does matter. It does help us out. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe here, subscribe on our Cruise Gear channel, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And thank you so very much for watching. Until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Bye. Hey, click me to subscribe. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. There's an airplane overhead, so you probably couldn't hear it. Just wanted to get that in.